Welcome to another episode of Golden Nuggets, Tips and Tales, powered by Property Finder. This is where we uncover the untold stories behind the region's top real estate professionals. And because there's a great story behind every lead and listing, we're shining a spotlight and going behind the scenes with Property Finder SuperAgents, whose journeys are packed with hard-earned lessons, bold moves, and powerful takeaways you won't forget. Today, I'm joined by Andrew Cleator, who's an associate partner at Knight Frank, and he's been in the real estate industry since 2005. 2 decades, 20 years worth of experience in Dubai real estate, and you've got some stories to tell back from the olden days, so make sure you check out Andrew's other episodes. But today, we're going to just get some advice from a prime luxury veteran. You don't mind me calling you that, do you?
No. Wow, 20 years, making me feel old now.
Yeah, we are old, but got some stories to tell and tips on how to survive and thrive in real estate. Because it is one of those roles, you either do it for a year, test it out, realize it's not really for you, or like you, like myself, you go on decades and decades. So let's talk about how to excel in your career, how to have longevity in your career. For you, especially dealing with these ultra high net worth clients, what's the most important thing when it comes to gaining their trust?
My golden rule is to meet the clients, or try to meet the clients first, before jumping in and trying to show them properties, understand the needs, the family needs, the reasons they're moving to Dubai, and basically, do a full breakdown on their requirements first. Try to become friends with them, be there, available whenever they need you, and hold the hand in the buying journey.
So for a lot of agents out there now, qualification is just a couple of questions, isn't it? When are you looking to buy? Where's your money? What cash or mortgage? Very basic questions. You sound like you have a consultation with them.
Yeah,
would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's important.
What are the key questions that you're asking as part of your qualification process?
Key questions. I mean, understand if they have a family, if they need to be near the schools, if they intend to have an office here, or purely just for lifestyle reasons. Some people think we want to be on Palm Jumeirah, for instance, then realize it's not really suitable for children going to school or going to the office in Dira, for example. There's quite a breakdown.
Okay. And it's a fast-paced city, new communities popping up every couple of months at this rate.
Almost.
New developers, new types of property, branded residences. There's so much to focus on. You've chosen to kind of niche down into a segment. What's your advice when it comes to switching from one niche to another, or moving from one focus to a next?
Well, when you say focused on a niche, yes, it's more the luxury sector. I wouldn't pigeonhole myself into one particular area in Dubai. Luxury villas, luxury penthouses, etc. is my forte, really.
What's your price bracket?
Average sale probably 15, 20 million dirhams. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it goes much higher than that these days, especially. It's more the luxury sector. Mm-hmm. If you jump around to try to do everything, the old saying, you can't master everything.
What's that saying? Jack of all trades, master of none.
Master of none.
Okay, yeah. But you have mastered the ultra high net worth client.
I hope to think so. Yeah.
Just remind us, what is the difference between HNWI and ultra?
The high net worth individual, that's typically somebody with $1 million of liquid assets, excluding the primary home.
Oh, excluding?
Excluding,
okay.
Yeah, so investable assets.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a very high net worth individual.
Oh, hold on. I don't know about that one.
That's a mid-sector. That's $5 million again, of investable liquid assets.
So you've got HNWI, VHNWI, and then ultra becomes at what level?
20 or 30 million. Typically now it's $30 million and above.
Of liquid assets.
Liquid assets, excluding your main home.
Got it.
Yeah.
I thought it was, you were allowed to include it, but clearly not.
No.
Okay. Okay. There you have it. Okay. And what do you do consistently to build and maintain those relationships at that HNWI?
Consistently, I think, as I mentioned before, you have to become friends with your clients, keep in touch with them. They typically take longer to decide on what to buy. So you have to really, stay in touch constantly and basically understand everything that they need.
What's one lesson you wish you'd learned earlier on in your career?
2006 through to 2008, September was fantastic.
The good old days.
The good old days. We thought it was going to last forever. Obviously, it didn't. And yeah, the old saying, make hay while the sun shines. I wish I'd worked 18 hours a day back in 2007, 2008, because it literally did turn off in the September of 2008. So yeah, I wish, and these days, we are on a high, so let's keep the momentum going.
Are you working those 18 hours a day
almost.
This time round?
Almost.
Okay. And what rookie mistakes do you still see in agents that want to enter the luxury market? Because you just think, okay, high ticket, let me move into the luxury segment. It appears to be doable, but
yeah,
what do they need to know?
I think, look, a lot of agents go into it a little bit gung-ho and try to offer or claim, super high yield, super high return on investments. And typically in the luxury sector, they're obviously in this, or the buyers are in this sector because they're not silly in the first place. So they understand, when somebody's exaggerating on potential profits, etc. So keep it real. Don't exaggerate. And be truthful, basically.
And sometimes it's not even about the money for them, or it's not even about the investments. Sometimes it's an emotional decision rather than, or it could be like a status symbol.
Correct. I think the emotional purchase is more in the luxury sector than the investment or the first-time buyers sector. Obviously, it has to suit the full family needs rather. So if they've got extended family with parents or basically the whole family needs to be looked after.
And are there any clients from back in 2005 that you're still looking after now?
Yes. Yeah, I spoke to a guy last night that I've been in touch with for the last 20 years even. He's contemplating a second move back to Dubai. He lived here back in the day. So he's going to come out in a couple of weeks and we'll start the journey again, sort of 15 years later.
And for most successful agents, it is about your network, your referral. It gets to a stage where you no longer rely on new business. All of your businesses, either repeat business or referral business. At what stage of your career did that start kicking in, where you started really seeing the fruits of your referral labor?
Yeah, it's sort of 2 or 3 years into the career. But yeah, thankfully now probably 75% of my deals are referrals or repeat business from friends and family of past clients. And the more lucrative ones tend to be this factor. It's much easier if you're referred by a past client. You've already taken 2 or 3 steps up the ladder for the trust. People buy from people. And if somebody's recommending you, then it's obviously for a good reason.
So what would you say to those agents out there that are eyeing up the prime luxury market?
I mean, first of all, master your sector that you're in now, or your segment. Don't jump to Dubai Hill Mansions or Emirates Hills straight from the Springs or the Meadows. You need to master your craft first. And once you feel you're ready, try to move up slowly. It's not easy. I mean, the luxury sector takes a lot more patience on a deal. Typically, the buyers have their lawyers, the family office. There's a lot of due diligence involved. So yeah, just
got to be able to communicate with
patience, and ultimately will come good if you stick at it.
And I suppose the losses are far greater as well. Like you can have a fall through as a regular agent. It might be like, oh, I missed out on 20,000 commission or whatever it may be. But
yeah,
Have you ever lost sleep over a...
If only it was 20,000 dirhams, you know, and in the past, when you look back, you know, there's deals that have been signed and fallen out of bed for whatever reason. And ultimately it could have been millions of dirhams.
Life-changing
Absolutely. I mean, there was a deal just last week that unfortunately didn't happen. But you pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and tomorrow's a new day. You have to do it.
Have you got to the stage where you don't count your commission until...
Never count.
You never count your commission?
No.
Certainly don't spend it before you've got it.
I try not to even work out the bottom line, what I would get, because it's just tempting fate to try and think what you're going to earn.
Okay. Any other top tips for making it through 20 years?
Stay real. Just tell the truth, warts and all. If you don't like something or an area or property as an agent, you know, you should actually tell the client that instead of just trying to sell. At the end of the day, we are, you know, we're advisors, real estate advisors. It's not all about just the sale, selling, salesman, you know, advise. And ultimately that advice will if it's good advice, will see you through and ultimately help you close the deal.
So rather than a transaction mindset,
correct,
you need to be more of an advisory mindset.
Advisor.
There you have it. Okay. Well, there's your top tips for being in the industry, not just for 1 decade, but 2 decades. Hope you enjoyed that episode. And if you did, why not binge the rest of the season?